say it again, because...
Good morning. Whoa. I'm going to play this song one more time because it's a beautiful song, and Father picked it out to have it playing while people were coming in. But now I'm going to play it again so you can hear the lyrics, because the lyrics go with what his talk is going to be about.
My dear friends, a very, very heartfelt welcome to you on this beautiful sunny day. I always look forward to it. As I joke, I should aspire to deepen my tan on this remarkable day. So please know your presence is truly a blessing. And as I ring this bell, you are convened and you're stuck to your seats till the bell is rung again. But if you need to go, we have a sanctuary of release straight from here, and 2 more downstairs. Okay, my friends, get ready for getting stuck in your seats. Oh, and I see Anne Redding, cabinet director here.
Welcome, everybody, to Interfaith Community Sanctuary. So nice to see everybody this morning. My name is Sally Jo, and I'm going to be, together with you, leading us all in inviting our ancestors into our gathering today. And in the Native American tradition, our ancestors are everybody, all our relations. Everybody who's ever really roamed on earth, plants, animals, and all living things came from a single source of life on planet Earth. And we are interconnected with each and every one of them. And we have specific ancestors that we know maybe in our own family lineage. And we invite you at this point to think about your parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, if you knew them, any of your previous lineage that you have, that have inspired you and helped you throughout your life, whether living or passed on. Many of us still experience the presence of these ancestors, and we like to acknowledge that. And then we remember our teachers, our wonderful sources of inspiration, even some that maybe we never met, but we read their books, or we attended their lectures, or we understood their teachings on some level, and they have nourished us and helped us on our journey. So we invite all those wonderful associations and relations to come and join us if they have the time and the energy to be in our space with us, because we believe that the space is crowded with beautiful, beautiful energy when we come into this sanctuary, and we welcome them. We also at this time like to honor the first peoples whose land we are treading on, sitting on, standing on, and worshiping on. And it was the land of the Native American peoples for so many centuries before any of us or our immediate ancestors ever got here. And they stewarded this land and took care of it and nourished it and kept the life going and kept the verdant growth going. And they're still here with us. They live among us. They still work hard to protect our environment with us. And some of the tribes are recognized by the United States government, and some are not. And I don't know all the politics behind that, but we do know that the Duwamish tribe, which is the tribe of Chief Sealth, or Seattle, after whom this city was named, his tribe is not recognized, and therefore they do not get many of the benefits that other tribes get. So we particularly honor them and hope that there will be a time in the near future when they can be recognized by the U.S. government and receive the services that they deserve. And in the meantime, we give them back our prayer, we give them back our real rent, a little bit every month, and we encourage us always to thank them for this land that they stewarded for so long. And we try to honor their presence here. Thank you. Now I want to say just a word about the Divine Feminine, because someone has asked me, and Isla Ross is going to do a little chant to honor the Divine Feminine and to make an offering. And many people who are new to our sanctuary, they're confused about that. So what I would, and that's good, because we want every person to develop their own idea about the Divine Feminine. Our goal in introducing it in our services every Sunday is to help people think about what that might mean, that we want to be sure there's a balance in our services and in our hearts between the masculine and the feminine when it comes to the divine spark. Because in many years past and over the years, I don't know, for as long as I've been born, God has always been referred to as he in the masculine pronoun. And we know that there are many linguistic reasons for that, but it also becomes embedded and ingrained in our heart if we don't make an effort to change that. So we like to think of ways to welcome in the divine feminine aspect of divinity, which each and every one has. It has nothing to do with our gender or our sexual orientation. It's inclusive. It's like yin and yang. We want all the energies to be balanced as much as possible so that we can have a beautiful and balanced life. So Isla's going to help us with that with some music. Thank you.
Is that all right? Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my. Oh my, 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 oh my.
Thank you, Isla. My name is Gretchen Rowe, and I'm going to introduce Father Centurio, who's here from Uganda. But first, I want to, when Isla was doing that beautiful divine feminine chant for us, it reminded me of when I first met Father at the Parliament of World Religions in 2015 in Utah. And Isla and me, not me. That's how close we are. I think that he's me. Isla, me, and Father, do you remember that? That we closed the Parliament down. The three of us found a place to sit. And she had a guitar, and we chanted, we sang together. Do you remember that? Yeah, it was really beautiful. So that's how I met Father Centurio, and we have, all I can say, it's like I met my twin brother. all the way in Uganda. And we've done beautiful things together, projects together. He is a priest in the Archdiocese of Tororo, and mainly right now he's super busy with human rights. He's in charge of the Office of Justice and Peace and also the Office of the Land, which puts him, both of those put him at great risk. And he really is a beautiful advocate, a tireless advocate for the underserved. This is our guest, by the way, this is our first Sunday, and it's our guest worship Sunday, and he is our guest speaker. And the thing that I like about when he comes, I've heard from people that Interfaith Community Sanctuary, we don't really have a lot of Christian-based guest speakers. And so it's always a joy having Father, because not only is he brings the Christian voice to our interfaith community, but he is such a devoted Catholic, and he is so proud. Speaking of the ancestors, he's so proud of the Irish priests and teachers that taught him when he was in seminary. And I'm not going to speak a lot because I want him to speak. I do have a job, and we're now going into Father Centurio's service, but I wanted to introduce him first. So thank you. Now I'm transferring to we're now into his service because I have to transfer to my job and read something from Mark. Okay? I did. So this is a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. At that time, the apostles returned to Jesus and told him all that they had done and taught. And he said to them, "Come away by yourselves to a lonely place and rest a while." For many were coming and going, and they had no leisure even to eat. And they went away in the boat to a lonely place by themselves. Now many saw them going and knew them, and they ran there on foot from all the towns and got there ahead of them. As he landed, he saw a great throng, and he had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. And he began to teach them many things. The Gospel of the Lord. I forgot to tell you that this month's theme is compassion. So that's why we started with this particular passage. Okay, and Father, I'm now handing over the mic to you.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters in the faith. How are we this morning? I have got a very interesting theme for today: divine compassion. And in these two very strong words, divine, then compassion, we have a very big theme we can talk on for even 2 days or 1 month. First is divine. Not just compassion, but divine compassion. Divine, from my Latin in the seminary, from those missionaries, Irish missionaries, Deus. Deus means godly. Godly. And then the other word is compassion, which has a hint on 2, again, strong Latin words. Cum, and then palati. So, divine passion, which walks with the feelings of God. motivating, and inviting us. So those are very, very holy words. Does God have feelings? I know I have feelings. I hope you also have feelings. I can get annoyed, but I can also be happy. We understand each other, not so? Or my English is very British, you know, this is there. Do I need a translator? No. So, passion, especially people who have been pushed down, people who have been run over, people who feel defeated, either physically, morally, mentally, or otherwise. You know, things are very hard. And when I was living in Uganda, out there, the young people were agitating for their rights. And the government was there with sticks, guns, and pushing them down, 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 down. In Kenya, actually, they killed many young people because they were fighting for their rights. So it is a time again like liberation time. People want their rights, and the rights by those people who said, we are going to defend you, we are going to stand for you. And those people are the ones who are. So the Pope, St. John Paul II, wrote a letter to us priests and was praying, let us dedicate this whole year for God to give us priests, to give us the double pastoris day. God, give us priests after your own heart. God, give us priests after your own heart. Now I ask myself, was the Pope looking at my heart that I don't have the heart of God in the priest that God has given to people? So again, you have to look again and pray. So you invited me at this time, and I have to lead you into prayer, because today is a day for prayer. But I also want to lead you to think about how each one of us can have a divine heart, divine compassion. God, give us hearts which have compassion. Many people are in pain. Many people are run down. People are looking for compassion, understanding, so that we lift them up. So we people who believe, people who are different from the other people, can we have hearts of compassion as God is having a heart of compassion? Are we together? Yes. I don't want to leave anyone behind, because I want you to walk with me. Are we walking together? Yes. Please talk to me, because I am very far from people who can listen to what I'm saying. But if you become part of, are we together? Yes. Yes. When I was preparing this talk, I thought of giving you 3 strong biblical quotations. I want each one of you to get just a copy. But on the other side, you might ask me questions even after this meeting. Am I with you? So I am giving you my card also, so that you can talk to me later. So the whole talk today about divine compassion comes from the fallen state of man and woman as described in the book of Genesis chapter 3. So our first reference is what happened in Genesis chapter 3. God had made the world so nice. And you know the song of creation, everything was very good. On the first day, on the second day, on the third day. And on the 7th day, God did what? Rested. So what went wrong? What went wrong? Did God rest too much? Or people forgot the goodness that God had created? So the first one is, man and woman look for alternatives to their joy and happiness. They were not satisfied with the kind of joy that God had given to us, enjoying friendship, enjoying happiness, and being together. So what happened? They used a snake. That they said, I'm sure, they said, a serpent came and told them, do you really? They said, yes. I'm sure all of us would say yes, because we want our rights, we want our peace, we want happiness. But sometimes we don't want it with each other. We don't want it with God. We want to walk our own style, our own way, and talk the way we want, and our own topics. But this is compassion, divine compassion. So God wants us to talk with him and to put others also in our talk. Understand? There is no better story. And I'm telling you, there is no better story of compassion of God than the one I have put there. One is, all this, what am I talking about? The book of John, the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 16. Is it there? Yes. He said, for God loved the world so much. The divine God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten son, his only beloved son, to hang on the cross, to die on the cross, so that we would win back our life. Are we together? Yes. Again. So God loved the world that he didn't spare his son to come into this world, to be nailed on the cross. Elohi, Elohi, lama sabata. My God, why have you forsaken me? Isn't that our cry when we're in pain? That was the cry of Jesus Christ also. He who was sinless came as man, the incarnation, incarnatus. Incarnation, God becoming man, to be born as a man and woman, to walk among us, to be beaten sometimes, to suffer hunger, to suffer the pains of this world. He's a beloved son. And I know all of you, you know how you love your children. If anything happened to your child, you would have a heart of a mother. You would have a heart of a father. And you would feel the pain that the child is going through. So that was the pain that God had to go through in order to show us how much we mattered to him. Are we together? Yes. In case I've tuned you off, please kindly help me to come back. So God loved the world so much that Jesus came walking every day and teaching us how to love each other. When we were sick, he didn't leave us sick. When we are hungry, he didn't see us hungry anymore. He had compassion on us. And that's what we are talking about. The compassion of God walking in our villages, walking in our homes, walking in whatever we do. That's what he told me to talk about. God's compassion for human nation, for human race. And Jesus walked and taught us, even had pity on us. Even he left everything and started teaching them, started feeding them, started healing them. So that's what I want us to think about in my talk. And the best failure in our own lives is told to us by Jesus when he starts talking about the prodigal son. Jesus is the prodigal son, the one who wastes himself, the one who wastes all the wealth in his kingdom to make us feel that God loves us. Help me with that book again. Where is that book? Oh, it's here. Oh, yes, I saw it. There was a man who had 2 sons, and the younger one of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of property that falls to me. If you don't understand me, kindly read Matthew chapter. It is Matthew chapter 15. No, Luke chapter 15, 18, and you. 21. Just follow it and you. So 15. No, I'm talking about now Luke. I'm talking about Luke. Luke is 15, 11. The prodigal son. That's where I am now. The one who came to waste himself in order that he may show the love of God for people. I don't get very tired yet. I'm sorry. May kulupa, may max for kulupa. And he divided his living between them. Many days later, the young son gathered all he had and took his journey into a far country. And there he squandered his property and in loose living. And when he had spent everything, a great famine arose in that country, and he began to be in want. So he went and joined himself to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into the fields to feed the swines. And he would gladly have fed on the pods that the swine ate. No one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have bread enough to eat and spare? And here I am perishing with hunger. I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against you and against heaven. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants." And he arose and came to his father. But while he was yet at a distance, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet, and bring the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and make merry. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." And they began to make merry. Now his elder son was in the field, and as he came and drew near the house, he heard music and dance, and he called one of the servants and asked what this meant. And he said to him, your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf, because he has received him safe and sound. But he was angry, not hungry, but angry, okay? He was angry. And refused to go in. His father came and entreated him, but he answered his father, "Behold, these many years I have served you, and I never disobeyed your commands. Yet you never gave me a kid that I might make merry with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your living with the harlots." I don't know what the word harlots means here, though. "You killed for him the fatted calf." And he said to him, "Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It was fitting to make merry and be glad, for this brother was dead and is alive. He was lost and he is found." He was lost and he is found. Now let me summarize my talk to you. The prodigal son made mistakes, isn't it? Like all of us make mistakes. Sometimes things are not very good. And he goes out, he's the last born. He's not the firstborn. In Africa, if you are the second born, you don't get inheritance. It is the firstborns who get the inheritance. And it's not the secondborn who comes and says, give me. He has to wait because there's a line. But this one, no. He jumped the queue. And he asked for it. And the generosity, the compassion of his father said, hey, you want it? Okay, sonny, okay, daughter, go. So the man goes, and at first things are okay. I like the tea you are taking. He got the tea and gave it to every woman and every man. They have it, have it, have it. And everyone was very joyful when he was giving, but he didn't know that he was pouring everything down because soon the pocket was dry. Have you understood me? Soon what he had in plenty became dilapidated and he was poor. And misfortunes don't walk singly. Misfortunes don't walk singly. They don't walk one by one. They walk double. So his pocket was finished, and then the land came to poverty, real hardship. They call it what in English here? They call it, when things go very, what? I like that English now. Give me the better English. When things really become hard on everybody. No money, no things. Even the exchange rates are going down. Things are bad. Depression. Then depression came on all of them. Wow. Then a Jew. For a Jewish person, I don't know how many of you are Jews here. But if a Jew can look after a pig and want to eat the same food with the pig, then you know it is really serious. It's like you Muslims. Ask Jamal, who is a Muslim, to eat with the pigs on the same tray or to feed the pigs. That's the most big humiliation you can give to a Jew and a Muslim. Are we together? Have I left you behind? Now, the boy hits the ground, hits the wall, boom, and he begins to think well. All of us think well when things are hard or when things are not moving. You begin to think. So he goes, says, I'm going back to my father. But don't treat me like your son anymore. I'm not your son, I'm not your daughter. And he thought by coming home, the father would be very, very annoyed. I want to put this speaker down a bit like this. You know, when he was very far, the father was sitting, longing every day, compassionate father. Every day, he didn't think about the distance the son had gone, but was sitting there every day, waiting for the day when the daughter will come back. And from a distance, he sees her. He sees him. Wow! He has come! He has come! He has come! My God, he's not old age also. So he runs to welcome the son. What does he do? I like you talked about feminine what? Divine feminine. I like one thing about Bernard. Bernard is our last born. He didn't even see his father, by the way. Bernard, our father died when he was killed when Bernard was only 3 months in the womb. So Bernard doesn't think about father very much. I'm surprised, actually, because he bought for me a chess ball for my 65th birthday. And what did he think about? He didn't think about a man picture of Jesus. He thought about a woman's picture. So what did the man do? He ran, literally ran, an old man running to meet the son. Rabbi, can I do it with you, my friend? You stand up with you. Yes. I'm supposing you are the son coming back. Here I am seated. I am sitting here. And I've seen you coming. I said, oh my God, he's come, he's come, he's come. The old man jumps on and meets the son. You have a ring? Who has a ring here? I want to get a ring and give this man. A ring is a sign of what? When you give rings to your friends, you when this mainly because he was looking after pigs. But he still has a claim to. Oh my God, look at that smell. What is more? He gets the best. And this one I won't give to you. I will. You don't understand what I'm doing now? My dignity as a priest is in. As soon as you see me doing this, I'm not joking anymore. I'm very, very serious. I am dignified by the clothing, the kingly clothing, the priestly clothing, the shepherd's clothes that I am wearing now. And that's the son being dressed by the father, who had lost everything because his son had gone in debauchery, a life of debauchery, a life of wastefulness. And what's more, he sees him coming back without shoes. Without what? Without shoes. He had a pair of shoes. He picked it quickly and said, "Boy, you don't even have shoes. You have no dignity. You are just a dirty boy of pigs. I'm going to give you shoes." And he gave. Boys and girls, listen to me now. The next scene is the most dangerous scene. The son who was at home feels jealous, feels sad that my brother is back. He doesn't look at him as my brother. He says, "This son of yours." Go back to Genesis. "Where is your brother?" God asked these sons of. What did he say? "Am I my brother's keeper?" How many times have you thought about someone else as, "This one's also." Not my brother, but concern for each other is the message of compassion. Not calling others, "This one here, that one there." You kick each other around. No, it is, "Come back to me with all your heart." Trees do bend, those straight and tall. Long have I waited for your coming home to live our new love. The message is very clear. When we go wrong, the Divine Master tells us, how many times must we forgive each other when we wrong each other? Peter says, that's my Matthew chapter what? Matthew chapter 18, verse 21, isn't it? Say, how many times must I forgive my brother when he wrongs me? And says, 7 times? Jesus says, no. 70 times 70. The Lord be with you. Forgive me if it was very long, but I liked it very much. God bless you.
I've heard complaints, and I know I've been on the live streaming when the microphone goes gung, 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 gung. It's really annoying, so I'm trying to turn off the mic. Okay, thank you, Father. That was very energetic, beautiful, and heartfelt compassion. I think we got his message. Am I right? We are with you. We are together. So now we'd like to open it up for if people have questions or comments or thoughts or something. If you have questions for Father, if you'd like to share something that came up for you, he would love to hear it. He is a man of the heart, as you could see. So just raise your hand and I'll hand you the microphone. And then you'll hand the microphone to someone else.
Thank you, Father. I loved your dramatization of that. I think I'll remember this story better and better now. I've always had a little problem with the second brother who stayed back, who was jealous. And I still wonder how that got resolved. Like, did God show compassion for that son? Or was he kind of